Section 1. Defining consent. The cornerstone of healthy relationships. Consent is simple. It means freely agreeing to engage in sexual activity. It's about respecting your partner's autonomy and ensuring they have an equal say in what happens. Consent is crucial for healthy relationships because it puts both partners on equal footing. Imagine being asked to dance by someone you trust. You feel excited and say yes enthusiastically. That's consent. It's about feeling comfortable, safe, and respected. Just like you wouldn't want to be pressured into dancing, you shouldn't feel pressured into any sexual activity. Consent must be given freely without any pressure or coercion. If someone is intoxicated, unconscious, or asleep, they cannot consent. It's essential to remember that consent can be withdrawn at any time. Think of consent as an ongoing conversation. It's not a one-time thing. Check in with your partner throughout any sexual activity and make sure they are comfortable and happy with what's happening. Section 2. Speaking your truth. Communication is key, open and honest. Communication is vital for healthy sexual relationships. It's about expressing your desires and boundaries clearly and respectfully. Start by being honest with yourself about what you enjoy and what you don't. Once you understand your needs and limits, communicate them to your partner. You can say things like, "I really enjoy it when you," or "I'm not comfortable with." Remember, it's okay to say no to anything you don't want to do. You don't need to apologize or provide a reason. It's equally important to listen actively when your partner is expressing their desires and boundaries. Pay attention to their verbal and nonverbal cues. Nonverbal cues, like body language, can tell you a lot about how someone is feeling. Creating a safe and non-judgmental space for these conversations is crucial. This means respecting each other's feelings and opinions, even if they differ from your own. Section 3. Debunking myths. Consent is not that complicated. There are many myths surrounding consent, and it's time to debunk them. One common misconception is that if you've had sex with someone before, it means you have automatic consent for future encounters. This is absolutely not true. For example, imagine a couple has been intimate before, but one night one partner initiates sex and the other is tired and not in the mood. Even though they have been intimate before, it doesn't mean consent is automatic. Another myth is that consent can be implied through clothing, flirting, or previous sexual behavior. Consent must be explicitly given, either verbally or through a clear affirmative action. Clothing choices, flirting, or past behavior do not equal consent. It's also a myth that men can't be victims of sexual assault, or that women can't be perpetrators. Anyone, regardless of gender, can experience sexual assault or violate someone's consent. Remember, consent is not about assuming or interpreting. It's about clear communication and respect for each other's boundaries. Section 4. Consent beyond the bedroom. Respect in everyday life. The principles of consent extend far beyond the bedroom. Respecting someone's boundaries and autonomy is crucial in all aspects of life. It's about treating everyone with dignity and recognizing their right to make their own choices. For example, consent is also about respecting someone's physical space. You wouldn't hug someone without their permission, would you? It's about understanding personal boundaries and respecting them. Consent is also crucial in non-sexual relationships, like friendships and family dynamics. It's about respecting each other's opinions, boundaries, and decisions. For instance, forcing a friend to share personal information or pressuring a family member into doing something they're uncomfortable with is a violation of their consent. By practicing consent in our daily interactions, we cultivate a culture of respect and empathy. We learn to value each other's autonomy and build healthier, more fulfilling relationships. Section 5. Building trust. Open communication for healthy relationships. Open communication is the foundation of trust and intimacy in any relationship. When you prioritize consent and communicate openly, you create a safe and secure space for emotional and physical connection. Talking about consent should not feel awkward or taboo. It should be a normal part of any healthy relationship. It shows that you care about your partner's well-being and respect their boundaries. Remember, relationships are built on trust, respect, and mutual understanding. By prioritizing consent, we create a culture where everyone feels safe, respected, and empowered to make their own choices about their bodies and lives. Consent is not just about avoiding negative consequences, it's about creating positive and fulfilling experiences. When both partners feel safe and respected, intimacy becomes a beautiful expression of love, trust, and connection.